Welcome back.
We have lots of big updates for you guys. Last video we talked about countertops and flooring, but now we've got all the beautiful little details installed, like hardware and plumbing fixtures, mirrors.
Some cool doors.
Yeah, we've got our doors installed, just like
we're on the final leg. We're almost there.
We're almost there. Let's show ya.
Come on. So we're in my office, and one of the small things Kendall allowed me to select on this, I got a good side eye off that, are these little hardware pieces. I'm a big duck hunter, and I found these on Etsy, and they took like a month to get in, but when they came in, they were totally worth it. And there's only 4 of them. We also painted all of these. So the in here is completely done, besides like paint touch-ups and the hearth and things like that. So we are at the final couple days on finishing the office. And yeah.
So as we're walking through the house, you're gonna notice blue tape all over the walls.
Papa Smurf exploded. That's what I've always said it.
That was horrible.
What?
That was a horrible joke.
But it looks like a Smurf exploded.
Anyway, if you are not familiar, blue taping is when you put a piece of tape on an imperfection that you want corrected. So when everyone comes in for their finals, like paint touch-ups, they know what you want fixed. So there's going to be blue tape everywhere, because this is your last chance to get it perfect before you move, because there's no such thing as calling them back. They're not going to come back.
They're not going to come.
So you'll see blue tape everywhere. Okay, in the kitchen, hardware was installed and it looks so good. So I told you guys before that we were going to do an unlacquered brass finish, which is a live finish. That means it's going to patina. So it comes in very, very shiny golds, and then over time it's going to patina to like an aged brass. So it'll look like more orangey,
maybe green in it too.
Little green, maybe a little brown. Like it just ages and antiques really nicely. So anyway, I did a lot. I did knobs on most.
She thought about this for a very long time.
I really did. I put a lot of thought and effort into this because it matters to me. So the cabinets have these knobs, and then the top drawers all the way around the kitchen have the knobs. Everything below that is going to be a handle. So like this is the handle that I'm referring to. I have 4 different measurements of handles. This is the largest size, just because this is one of the largest drawers. So you wanna, keep in mind the specs of the handle when you're picking them out. Obviously, you can't have like a tiny little pull right here when your drawer is very large. Visually, when you walk in the space, you don't notice that the handles are all different measurements, but it fits the drawer nicely. And then I have one more style hardware that I picked, which is over here. So I really wanted to incorporate these latches, but these are not exactly as functional as you would think. They are, they're not just a knob where you just pull it. You have to twist and pull out. So I wanted them on a secondary space. So I just did 4 of them on this bar area. And they're also kind of hard to install. They're not hard, they're just more time consuming to install. So like our cabinet guy was kind of annoyed with us, but they are so stunning. I'm glad that I went with it despite everyone being like, you're gonna hate them. I might hate them, but I do think they're beautiful. So it was worth it to me. And so I just did them on these 4. This is our kitchen island. These cabinets are actually functional. So we had to have a pull on them. A lot of the time when you get an island like this, these are just panels, they're not real, but we made them real cabinets for storage. We went with a very inexpensive, pretty cheap bar handle like this from Amazon, because no one sees it unless you get to eye level. Also, I didn't want a knob or something here because we're gonna do bar stools, so I didn't want it to interrupt the bar stool fitting flush under here. And then also, eventually when we have kids, they just rub their feet all over this area. So I just wanted it to be as thin and as like discreet as possible, and they're super functional. Okay, so all the hardware styles and names we'll put in the show notes. I just cannot remember right now, but all of the knobs, all of the hardware is from Rejuvenation, and then that one I just showed you is from Amazon. So we'll just put the style names in the notes for everything. This right here is our beloved bridge faucet. It is so beautiful. It is unlacquered brass. I really, I wanted it obviously to match the hardware, but this was the first decision, was the unlacquered brass bridge faucet. I feel like it's very traditional. I love the finish. It's just gonna get more beautiful with time. We found it on a website called Old and Glow. Mm-hmm. You can find them a lot of different places. They are expensive. They for sure are an investment, but it's just like the ornament piece of the kitchen. Obviously it's in the center. When you do a bridge faucet like this, it doesn't have a sprayer. Like a lot of faucets, modern faucets have a pull down sprayer. It's very convenient. But when it comes to style, sometimes convenience goes to the wayside. So we did the sprayer on the side, which I think is fine. You just have to get used to it not being a part of your faucet. And then also came with a disposal button. So it all matches, it's all beautiful, and it's all unlacquered brass. And then eventually they put the wrong drain in, but the drain will match as well. And we've got a cover and all of that. So all of it will be this beautiful brass.
So we decided to do a pot filler as well. It's more, I think, as a decorative piece. It is fully functional, but never had a pot filler before. So that's going to be fun, having the ability to, I guess, the few times we actually
fill up your pot.
Yeah, fill up our pot. But we took the same design on the knobs from here to the sink and then into other places that had the unlacquered brass, and I just think it looks really, really nice. But a couple things on this. Know how low your pot filler is before you order it, because we put this at standard, but it drops a couple inches. So we're not filling up a big pot with this, but you can fill up most pots with this.
So just something to note.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It's still fully functional. It'll be good.
This was already cut, so we're like, you know what, it works, because you'll be able to, a medium pot, but I'm not going to fill up like my big chicken stock pot.
Yeah.
With that one.
But you know what, we'll survive.
We will. All right, this right here, everything else in this kitchen is from Old and Glow. This is from Home Depot, and this is literally just here so that when we put our coffee machine right here, we can run a line and it'll stay automatically full, and you don't have to worry about filling it back up with water, and that's just a convenience piece, but it does match the rest of it.
Our powder bathroom is still incomplete, so the marble piece is right here, but this is our faucet. This is from Old and Glow as well. It's unlacquered brass, same handle detail as the kitchen faucet and the pot filler, so they all complement each other, and we're just mapping it out on the marble where we want them to cut for all three holes. So that's what it's going to look like. I think it'll really be beautiful.
And we had to swap.
Yeah, so to be transparent, this is the second one we bought. We bought one that was similar, just larger.
The reach.
Oh, wow. Okay, so when you think about, we learned a lot of things designing this powder bathroom. Designing that chest of drawers and converting that to be a sink, we ran into like a lot of problems that we had to solve. One of them being, when we bought our original faucet, the reach, this space, this measurement, was larger than our entire sink almost. So the water was gonna essentially just spill out of the sink, but we had already put the plumbing in. Thank goodness we had not cut this marble yet. So we caught it in time to adjust the plumbing height and then also adjust the height of where this is cut on the marble, and we got one with a smaller reach, so then it actually pours into the sink and not onto the floor. Stuff like that, when you're DIYing your sink, you got problems to solve. But what a great learning experience for us, for things to catch in the future ahead of time. But all's well that ends well. It'll be beautiful and functional in the end. No one will know.
So we've got these doors up. There are some aspects of the doors that are not working 100%, but
they're beautiful.
Yeah, aesthetically, they're gonna stay.
These are our pantry double doors.
Right. So these are on a saloon hinge, so they'll swing out. Right.
And then they close together.
And then they come back together. Our problem is this detail that we picked these doors out for, it's the same detail that we put above every one of our windows on the outside of our house. And these are from like the 1800s, so it was just a rare thing that we could find that. They catch up here. So they're only gonna function going that way for right
So
now.
they can't open forward.
Right.
But that's okay. It's things like that you sacrifice for beauty, I suppose.
I suppose.
They were also kind of a headache for Luke, who like cut them down to make them fit precisely, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, they look great. Now, one day she might come in the house and these are removed, but that day will happen later. Maybe.
I also still need to source a doorknob for this, but it obviously is not like a functional latching doorknob, but it just is like aesthetically pleasing, so that's on my to-do list. But I think they look beautiful. I love the glass detail. I think they add a lot of character to the space.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have kitchen backsplash tile, which we've been lacking this entire time, but we don't have a ton of it, so you might not have noticed that we were missing tile, but it's now in, and it's really beautiful. It added so much texture to the space. I just didn't, I knew that it would, but it visually looks so nice now that it's all installed. So in videos in the past, I've told you guys that we went with a Zallige, which is a handmade, hand-glazed tile. It's pretty pricey because of that, but you cannot replicate this texture. Every piece is imperfect, so it's gonna fit together really imperfectly, which looks beautiful. So
Which is also really good for a renovation.
Totally, yeah, because not every
wall is completely square.
perfect.
Right.
So the imperfection is what makes it so beautiful. We went with the color of our grout is snow white. It complements everything really well. It just looks really good. Oh, the color of this Zallige, I think, is just white or magnolia white or something.
I
don't know.
Yeah, so it's white 44L.
I think it's magnolia white or just white. I don't know. But obviously you have to pick a tile that matches your space. But it's here all the way up on the bar.
Handmade in Morocco.
Handmade Morocco. We paid for that for sure. And then it goes under this little catch-all space, and then there's two spots flanking the range that it's as well. So, and it really is lit up because we did under cabinet lights, which these are not on right now. They're not on.
They might be turned off.
So it lights the tile up really nicely. So you really get to see the texture when that light is on.
But some of the electric is off right now because we're in the middle of finishing up all that.
Yeah. Okay, so the only change in the living room is that these bottom cabinets have been painted.
Yep.
Because we've explained before that our main painters do all the wall surfaces, and then we have a cabinet painter that comes in and does like a cabinet grade paint. So that was finally finished up this week, and it looks great. The color is accessible beige, same as our cabinets. I think it just obviously the spaces are connected. You can see the cabinets together, so I like that they are the same color, and I think it just makes it look so beautiful.
It just carries right on in. Yeah.
Okay, so we also installed hardware on the cabinets. The hardware is from build.com. I think the brand is Top Knobs. I'll put the brand and the style of these. I wanted a really clean finish on the hardware. It has a mushroom shape. It's really pretty. I like it a lot. So we'll put those in the notes, but that's what we put on the cabinets. Okay, so we're in the primary bathroom.
Yep.
All of our plumbing fixtures are Delta. And we'll put the name of them in the notes, but they're all from Delta. So we got them at build.com because build.com sells Delta. Delta's a pretty affordable plumbing fixture. It's really popular, and their version—
It's easy to work on too. The parts and everything are easy to get hold of.
So their version of gold is called champagne bronze, and it is not gold. It is more like a champagne bronze. It's almost brown. So that is something to keep in mind, because when you are purchasing champagne bronze plumbing fixtures, all your other hardware needs to match it. Otherwise, it will look really bad, really bad. So anyway, that's just something to note when you're working with Delta. We also got these fixtures or these hardware pieces from build.com, but they're not Delta. I think they're top knobs. I'll put the style in the notes, but they all match. And even the mirrors match, which is really great. These are from Amazon. They are 3 feet by 5 feet.
Yep, they're
huge. We actually just got lucky on these Mallory sconces from Pottery Barn. They just happened to match the champagne bronze. But that's not something that I had to prioritize because I just had to prioritize the light. But they match, so we just got lucky. Also the towel rings match. Those are from build.com. Anyway, so everything's from build.com. And it's the plumbing fixtures Delta. We'll put the name of these in the notes. Mirrors are Amazon. It turned out really nice.
It did. We've got one more thing we have to mount over here. And that's the wand for the tub. And we'll have the countertop people do that when they come back in the next day or two, because they got to cut through the marble. And with the marble, our issue, and you can get a zoom in on this, our plumber said, hey, we'll cut it. I said, please don't, because this marble did have a crack in it. And this hand wand is supposed to go right here. And there's literally a crack right there. So I want the countertop people to put that in. First off, we're about to get some glass here. It's going to be a French door. We'll show that to you in the next video. But in here we have a wand, a shower head, and a rain shower. And one thing that I did here is each one of these can be on at full pressure instead of it being a knob where like a cutoff valve where you have to turn this off to turn this on. All of them can be on at the same time. So the rain shower can be on and this can be on, and you're not like fighting the pressure on it. So, but these are all Delta. It's the same. It's a similar line to everything else that we have in here. So, but yeah, it's a big old shower.
Welcome to my fully green closet. Everything is now painted, and I have counters. These are MDF. We just did this to have a counter surface, but later on we might put like a real natural stone. But for now, these are great, super functioning. I love the color. I loved how it turned out. It's just like so fun. And once we get like a big light in here, it's gonna really light up the wall color. I think it'll be really great. I have decided to do a little DIY detail to this cabinet, which I'm sure Dallon is not thrilled about, but I want to share because I want people to know that you can do stuff like this. So obviously we've told you before that we got these cabinets at ProCraft. So they're not custom. We just bought them in a box and they show up. And then we painted them. But you can add trim detail to any cabinet, even like dressers or furniture pieces. You can add trim if you're gonna paint the whole piece. So I bought these trim pieces. They're like little beaded 11mm trim pieces that I painted the same color, and I am going to line every part of this little shaker all the way around just to add detail. I don't know, I just was like, looking at custom cabinets. Obviously you can do this custom, but it's really expensive, I'm sure. They also have like trim pieces that look like twisted rope or scalloped details or like big bubbles. You can get these huge. This is the smallest size that I could find. So you can add little details like this to make it feel custom and unique and feminine. So I've taken that project on myself. I'm gonna paint them and I'm gonna install them, and yeah, I think Dallon was like, what the heck, but I love it. I can't wait. And then I have picked out some hardware, I think. This was like a sample that I bought. These are from Etsy. Here's the pull style that I love, and they come in 2 different measurements, which is good because I've got small drawers and big drawers, and then this is the knob style. I'm not 100% sure on this knob, but I love this. So this is, I think, what we're gonna go with. I could find a knob that's like clean, like this shape right here, just round without this texture. I just kind of have to get the beaded trim in here first and see if it looks too busy, but we shall see. But I'll put the like Etsy link in the notes. I really love these pieces. Another thing that is being installed this week is the closet rods. I wanted them to be gold to match the hardware. I think everything else and every other closet rod in the house is black, but I just thought black would be a little too harsh in here because everything else is gold. So that's gonna be obviously a necessity because that's where you hang your clothes out, but that's coming together. And then we also, the last thing in this room that we've sorted out is this door. So I'm obviously missing a knob. I have to source that. It will probably be gold or brass, antique hopefully. But I love that this adds so much character and texture to this room. But also, if I choose to keep it open into the laundry room, it still matches and like adds character to the laundry room. It was both because it used to be green. So yeah, I think it's beautiful. The only thing new in here is this faucet, and it's Delta and it's champagne bronze, just like everything else. It does have a retractable sprayer because I wanted this to be very functional since it's our laundry room. You know, you got to spray things down. So we didn't do anything fancy up here as far as like, obviously the finish is affordable as far like it's not unlacquered brass. So functional sprayer, it's great.
So this is the coffee bar. We went ahead and fully enclosed this in tile just because we had it and we actually still have a whole other box. So I think it looks great. It's a fake Zlige. It's the same thing from the shower and very functional.
We also have a water spigot.
We do have a water spigot there. That's a different one than the one downstairs. The one downstairs comes out of the wall. This one goes in the wall just because you don't really want that in your kitchen. So
just because it's not as
aesthetic,
pretty looking. So yeah, pumped about this. This is all done.
So we're in the mother-in-law kitchen. We have floors. All the appliances are here. They're not all installed. We're waiting on the plumber to come finish up a couple things. We got Backsplash in here, which is actually a Backsplash that we had backstocked from a previous house we did.
Yeah.
And then we've got plumbing fixtures. We have our framers decided to wear tool belts in here during the frame stage, and that was like during the winter. And they scratched everything to pieces, so we took these drawers off, sanded them down, restained them. This stain is actually the same color as the stain in our foyer on the steps. And so now we're just kind of putting everything back together. This will be done, completely done here in the next like 2 or 3 days. So yeah.
Her faucet is the same faucet from Delta that is in our laundry room with the pull down sprayer in the color champagne bronze. This is my mom's bathroom, and this is her plumbing fixture. It's a single and it is Delta champagne bronze. I can find the style and I'll put it in there. It's pretty cute. I like the shape of it. And it matches the mirror, which is also from Amazon. This one's a smaller version of the one that's in our bathroom. And her shower fixtures are also from build.com. They are Delta and they are champagne bronze. Can you tell there's a trend here? We just continue to use that color. It looks really nice. Okay, so that is it for today.
Just an update.
We are so close.
We are.
Next video, I don't even know. It'll be appliances. We'll go over appliances for sure because we've been waiting on those to be 100% installed. But
we had to make some adjustments to our cabinetry a little bit.
Yeah, so, but other than that, we're like really winding down on phase 1.
Plumbing's almost done. Electric, pretty much all they have to do on electric is tie in some stuff to the box and label the box, and they're done. Plumbing has like an hour and a half worth of work here. And then they're done. We're about to start touching up paint, potentially put in a driveway. We might wait, we don't know. Landscaping won't happen right now either.
No, we're gonna move in before we start landscaping.
It's just not good to put landscaping in when it's 137 on the heat index.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we're so close. We gotta start packing because we're moving soon. But anyway, we'll bring you along for all of the things, and we're nowhere near done as far as like this YouTube channel because we have lots of unfinished spaces to talk about and to do in the future, and obviously we've got to furnish this place. So anyway,
and other phases of just doing the house and the chicken coop, and she keeps talking about baby mini fainting goats, and
I don't want fainting. I want regular.
All types of stuff. So, with that being said, please like and subscribe, and we would really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
you can keep
follow along and all the things. So,
thanks.